That's an interesting question. A lot of it is how mostly places like the SEC are full of lawyers, so you'd have to know how to design a culture which empowers lawyers to do the right thing. And I haven't run law firms. I know it doesn't work. This may not be the perfect answer to your question. I know it doesn't work. I'll give you an example of what doesn't work, and then maybe that'll help me think of what does. I remember calling the SEC, which not only regulates publicly traded companies, but also, in effect, mutual funds and investment companies. And I had the private thesis that, a couple of years after I left Enron, that Enron, in fact, was masquerading as an operating company and really was, because of the lack of controlled assets, really a closed-end mutual fund. And I wasn't going to mention the names, but I just wanted to know how the SEC looked at this. So I finally got the right guy at the SEC, and actually does come back to the lawyer thing, actually. And I said, well, how do you know when a company's like a real operating company and when it's really looks like an operating company? It really is just a closed-end mutual fund that tries to look like it operates things. And then he said, I still remember this, we rely on the opinions of high-quality law firms. And I said, well, do you ever check these assumptions? Sounds like a very fundamental assumption. Do you ever try to determine whether or not that's a reliable assumption? And then he said, gee, we really don't. And I said, oh, okay, thanks. Click. So what I would do is probably be unafraid of going after big people, being unafraid of losing the occasional case. So I didn't have just a series of situations where people don't admit guilt. They pay a chump change fine and they go about their way. I would try to determine where the law is in some cases. I'm not a lawyer, so the fact is maybe strategically that doesn't make sense, but in terms of being able to empower the attorneys, I'd want to make it clear that we're out there to enforce the law in its letter and spirit, and we're going to make sure people know there's a new marshal in town, and we're going to go after some people that think they're immune and that have really big-time law firms defending them, and see if we can put the fear of God in some of these people. Now, that's what I would try to do.